Call me water, holy water. Come and burn this fire. Let the thing go. Hey, welcome back. It's your man, EddyEd the Duke. Yo, you're killing me.
Is D. You got D in the building for dialogue. Welcome back to another Holy Duo episode. This is episode number 12.
Episode 12, and we're almost matching shirts.
I know.
Colors.
I know. I saw that. Telepathic communication. But welcome to the channel. Episode 12, we're just chugging right along. Got some nice topics for you guys. Hey, you can find us on social media platforms, Facebook, maybe Twitter. We're not really on Twitter, but Facebook for sure. Instagram, you can also find us on audio exclusive platforms. We got Apple, we got Spotify, we got Pocket something. You know these names.
Cast?
Pocket Cast. You know these names better than I do, so maybe we're gonna have you list them out. But yeah, we're on audio exclusive platforms, and if you're watching us on YouTube, hello. But if you're on the audio version of it and you want to see us in video, jump on the YouTube channel at Holy Duo, and we're in 4K. Without further ado, man, how was your week?
Man, week was fast, actually. This was a pretty fast week. I mean, usually I'm like, dang, where Friday at? But I was a little bit like that, but it was a fast week. A lot of people on the team was taking PTO, and
Nice.
just it wasn't a heavy workload, but so I loved the week. The week was pretty fast. So holy moment work was nice. As far as how fast we got to Friday, and demonic moment, man. Last night went to training. Did take a break from training. For those who don't know, did take a little break from training, but now I'm back on it. And my coach is wild, man. Back to my coach, bro. I love the guy. The guy is an excellent trainer, but man, he be making us.
Was it hard for you
Crazy.
because you haven't been to training in a while?
No, cause I've been doing stuff on my own and stuff like that. Of
You've
course,
been
not
doing-
to that
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, to that level.
to that level. No, I don't train like that every time at the gym at that level, and we don't do that there every time as well. But we do it. But when we do it, it's always hard. You know, it's never like, oh, this is easy or I'm getting used to it, because it's always something different. It's always hard, and then he studies you well enough to make you break. So he's gonna break you. Like, he's gonna make it tough. There's no way it's gonna be easy, because he's gonna switch it to where it's gonna be tough. So last night I went through that. First night getting back from the break, and man, he broke me. My
Yeah.
chest was tight up. My shoulders were tight up. Man, my hands weren't working when I got home. I was trying to grab stuff, and my freaking grip was weak. But we back, man. We back, and I felt great. I slept good. After a tough day, of especially like walking all day at Disney or something, you come back and you just sleep good, cause
Yeah, Disney's a different beast, man. The sun.
Oh yeah, and then plus
Oh.
if the sun is out, me, I'm not going to Disney in the summertime no more, man. I'm going to Disney in the wintertime.
In the wintertime, it's
'cause-
still hot.
Nah, it's cooler though. It's cooler though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's more forgiving. Summertime,
Hmm.
it's blaze. You get mash up, doc.
You get
You get
blessed
mashed
up.
up. You get mash up, bite up. So, yeah, demonic moment, was that. Wait, why did Disney come up?
Because you slept well.
Oh yeah. I slept well. Just like a long day at Disney. It's like you exercise the whole day by just walking and standing. So when you get home, you just knock out, and that's how I felt. Yeah, last night.
Well, that's what you pay your coach for, right? To beat you
Oh
up.
yeah, to push you to the limits, man. Ascend past the Super Saiyan.
Push it to the limit, cause we're in it to win
Nah,
it.
nah, 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 nah.
Oh, not that. Push it.
Nah. That's
Oh, okay. That's Disney,
isn't
man.
that? Yeah, isn't that from High School Musical?
High School Musical,
My
man.
lady, my lady can be thinking that I like
Doggone.
those songs over there, man.
Doggone, man. How did we watch these movies when we were young? So bad.
I always hated, I always disliked High School Musical.
Yeah, but because it was cringy?
Yeah, it's like we're all like, even though I do sample I do sample that song a lot. We're all in this
Yeah,
together. I
you
do
do.
sample it. I
Uh-huh.
like it because it makes sense to what I need to sample it for. But the song itself, ah, I
Yeah,
don't like
no.
it.
Yeah, for sure. But it was
Yeah.
a thing, man. It was huge when we were younger. Speaking of which, pushing it to the limit, went biking, long distance biking today for the first time ever.
Whoa! In the morning?
Yeah. And yeah, we headed out around 8:20, 8:30.
Oh, both of y'all did it?
No, not the lady. It was
Oh.
me and three other people from the church.
Oh.
And they bike often. So holy
Where,
demonic moment,
where
huh?
quick question. Were they white brothers? Just out of curiosity.
One is African American, and the other
Okay.
two are white. The other two are married. Yep. So we set out, and it was fun. I think we did like 15 miles or something like that. It wasn't bad. Hour and a half. It wasn't bad, but man, shit, when you don't
Your
bike,
legs. Yeah,
your
bro. Hip.
your legs, your glutes, um, it's a different beast. But it was
Mhm.
good altogether. After we stopped for a little bit because we lost the two people in front of us, so we had to go catch back up. He had to go backward to get him. But I stood there for a little bit and I caught second wind, man. I was good. I was hitting it, man. It was a good time after that. But
Dang. Wait. So you have a bike, or was it like a borrowed?
no. One of them brought his wife's bike with him because his wife
Oh,
didn't
okay.
come.
Okay.
So it was a nice bike.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
yeah. So that was crazy. That was
I
crazy.
that song pretty fun. I've always wanted to start biking. You know,
Yeah.
I've
It's a
always wanted to
good
start
sport.
biking. Yeah, it's very fun, especially like on a nice winter day, or like a nice cool day. When you go out and it's like the wind is hitting you right, and you just like feel, it's like you're connected with nature a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You don't want the
Yeah, it
wind too
feels nice.
much though, because it makes it hard to pedal. Yeah, I was
Yeah, not like the wind against you, but like you flowing. You know,
yeah, that's nice.
flowing. Yeah.
Yep. So it was a good time, man. We're probably gonna do it again in the near future. He does it once a week, so bro, I was I was trying to catch up. They were like way ahead of me in the beginning because I had to get used to the bike and the gears. They were gone, man. They were gone. I was like, oh, can I do this? This was like
Get
within the
out of
first
there.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was horrible. But anyway, without further ado, that's my holy and demonic moment because it's demonic because I'm gonna be sore tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And tonight I'm gonna be sore tonight and tomorrow because,
Oh yeah.
bro, and another demonic moment. You know, I already know my coach, and my coach don't follow the schedule, dog. That they be scheduled for a certain time. It might start if it's the first class at that time, but it's not ending at when it's supposed to end. It's always bleeding into other classes that's supposed to be going on.
Dang.
Bro, it was a late class too. It was like it's supposed to start at 8:30. It didn't start till like
Oh.
9:15.
Ah.
9:15, 9:30. It was late, bro. But you know he made the class shorter and more intense. All right, that's probably another
Mm.
reason why it was so intense, because he ran out of time. But bro, like that's another funny thing is like he never start time or class on when it's scheduled for. It's always like later especially when it's not the first class.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
All right, man. Without further ado, as your host for today, I present you with the first topic. I know that was a weird stutter. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty? No.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I felt like I just stuttered like the grandpa. That was weird. So
Gramps.
the first topic being, would people be as humorous about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case if, and I know this is months after, right? This episode is coming out a bit after, so this case is finished at this point that you guys are seeing this video. It's done. No one's talking about it probably, but if a lady was in the shoes of Johnny Depp, do you think there would be as many jokes about it? What do you think, man? It's a given that this guy is just funny. He just talks funny.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yo, I love Johnny's way of talking, especially when he was talking about the poop in the bed one.
Yeah, man. He set himself up for sure.
Yo, I don't know if he had a lot of fun with that one or what, but he snickered a couple times.
Yeah, he was having fun, bro. He was having fun.
He was having fun with that one. That was hilarious. Yeah. I thought it was funny too. I actually saw the reaction of Joe Rogan and this one lady on the Joe Rogan podcast. They're reacting to it. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
because he used some other term. He used like he said something about like a defecation elimination or something like that. It was he just put it in a funny way, and the way he was saying it was funny. He's like, she defecated on
yeah, he did that. I feel like he did that on purpose, man, because that's absolutely ridiculous. How do you say that seriously? So I came home and she pooped in my bed, and it was just a giant piece of turd on. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to say it like with all the correct terms. Yeah, she eliminated on top of the bed, and I noticed that it wasn't my dog. It didn't look like my. I've been picking up my dog's defecation.
She's nasty.
For years.
She's sick. Imagine if a guy had pooped in her bed. We would be like, this dude is getting jumped when he leaves the courtroom.
Exactly. That's what Wax said. Wax from the Brilliant Idiots said that. But yeah, she took a dump.
Yeah, she took a dookie, bro. Think about your dookie, and then put that in his bed, and then she did that.
Hey, man, whoa! First of all, the visual of where you took me, that's crazy.
Yeah, right.
That's great. That is wild.
Yeah. No matter who you are, man. If you're the most beautiful person, if you're the most handsome man, a whole dookie. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let me let it go.
So when it came to that though, when I came to watching him talk about that was hilarious. It was funny. And of course they're making memes on her side because she's the offender in the situation. But if it was flipped, like how we're talking about, oh yeah, man. Oh, and the crazy thing is, hold on, real quick. I was, Snapchat had these stories and they have a whole bunch of news stuff on there now. They were talking about the case and they had brought up that, like she lost one of her, because she's in the Aquaman series, right?
Yeah.
Aquaman movie. She, apparently, her movie deal was cut, right? But it had nothing to do. I guess they were trying to relate it to the case and the situation, but it had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with how the script was written, and then also I guess how she was handling the news that stuff was going to be taken out. She was going to cut out a little bit. She might have been given some attitude. I'm not sure, but what they were saying is it didn't have anything to do with the case. It had everything to do with the script and how the script was being written out and what they wanted to implement and take out. So, of course, pay is going to get cut and all that,
Wow.
when it comes to that. But I guess she was trying to negotiate for a bigger contract when the guy that handles the movie, he's like, he doesn't let actors automatically negotiate for a higher salary after the first movie, like most maybe other franchises or other series do. You know, they might let you renegotiate after the first movie because the box office numbers, blah blah blah, right? But he says he don't do that. So I guess, you know, the mix of everything is just like, okay, we're gonna cut you, you know, we're gonna, like, you know, either kick you off or you blah blah blah. So I guess I brought that in because, you know, is she gonna be getting movies still? You know, is she still gonna be getting them roles and all that even after this? Because Johnny, his pockets have been cut in a lot of stuff. So I don't know if she's gonna still get opportunities or not.
You know what's interesting? Before there was even real evidence, this guy had been cut from everything. Before there was evidence. And there is evidence out the wazoo against this lady, and she doesn't even get cut for it.
And she's still living.
They're like, oh, no. We're not even cutting the evidence because we're not cutting her film because of the evidence. We're just change of script. That's all.
Bro, it's crazy because what is happening? It happens to men. Like, as soon as you blame for something against a lady, especially, or blame for something at all, they quit to take your livelihood out of the equation.
Everyone's like, oh, we can't even touch him. We can't even get close to him.
We can't even touch him. But a lady could be abusive and have evidence on top of that. And still be living. Still be making bread and cheese.
Her previous relationship also involved abuse on her part.
See? Huh? And she's still getting... Bro, if let a guy have a second case, he's out of here, bro.
Yeah, bro. Let somebody whisper.
Out of here.
Let somebody whisper.
First of all, an abusive case. Yeah. He's getting locked up off the first one.
Off the first one, bro.
And he getting his chips taken away from him too.
He doggone straight.
Everything is gone.
He's a criminal now.
Lockdown Leo.
Yep.
Lockdown Leo, and over here she's different for the ladies, and we can't say that's not real. That ladies get treated differently. They do. They want to say equal. Opportunity, equal, rights, or whatever the heck. Yeah. Equal punishments. Yep. How about that?
Yep. So the narrative is, oh, she abused Johnny Depp. She's a horrible person, this and that. But, the interesting thing is, there's a narrative out there that also talks about how men they can be abusive to women when there's like one case. It's like, oh, he's a man, that's just how they do it, that's how he gets his way. But when it's her case, it's like, oh, only her, she is the only one that, it's just a weird thing to me, that people aren't blaming women, but they're blaming her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because women abuse men more than men abuse women. If we're speaking in general terms,
it's just not reported as much as women do.
It is reported more than men. Yeah.
Oh, but am I saying it right? It's not seen. It's not seen as much as women's cases are.
You mean as men's cases? It's not seen as much as men's cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's reported all the time.
Yeah, but you don't hear about it.
You don't hear about it at all. That's the weirdest part to me, is why, why we're not blaming women and keeping women accountable for abusing men when they do it more than men do.
Because the society want us to take it on the chin and tuck it under the rug.
Yeah, and we
See
do
what I'm
it.
saying? Like they see, and then they want to talk about what. See, this is what's so annoying. Because this is picking and choosing over here, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got a 10-minute count.
Oh shoot.
So this is picking and choosing over here, man. You know, we want to pick what is suitable, and we want to take out what we don't want.
Exactly.
Because we don't want equal opportunity. We want custom made opportunity.
Exactly.
Just how we like it, and that's
Yeah.
how y'all gotta take it in the face.
Right. Right.
And so what that says to me is that, oh yeah, man, you're supposed to be able to take the hits and suck it up.
Yeah. Which
don't
we
complain, do. Don't. But see, and that's disgusting because that shouldn't be taken like that. Nobody
Right.
should be accepting abuse and it act like everything is okay. That's not healthy.
Yeah.
For anybody.
It's
So
not.
they want us to do that, but then they wonder why Amanda was cut up in 4 pieces, or you know what I'm saying, like these madmen going around doing things that seem like out of the ordinary, because what society is doing is, you know, man gotta take beatings and keep on moving the rock. You keep on pulling the truck, keep on working, and tuck your chin and take it. You know, we aren't given the opportunity to share our feelings, right? As crazy as that sound, because we aren't given that room to say how we feel about things, how things are really going. No opportunity it's no culture for accepting that type of
Exactly. There's no culture about it.
Nah, but ladies could do it. Ladies could smack you up, run your car,
Oh
break your glass.
yeah. How many
crazy,
women?
talk
How
to
many
you.
women do you have to talk to before you come across a woman who says, "Oh, I left him because it was an abusive relationship." You hear that all the time.
She probably was abusing him the whole time, and then when he reacted, now it's an abusive relationship.
Now it's abusive, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And guys, we're not saying that guys should be able to abuse ladies, and they're not saying that. We're not condoning
he's saying that.
abuse. We're not condoning any abuse on any side. This is the whole point here. And what's emphasized, we see a lot, is that guys could get abused, and then it be okay.
Yeah,
but
it just goes in the air. Yeah.
No, it's retarded.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have a comment or something?
Yeah, it's just so weird because we do take it, like we absorb the hit, right? Because it's almost as though we're getting a little bit off topic, but it's almost as though because we're physically more able, we should be able to take the abuse, because it's people generally think it's verbal or emotional abuse from women, but a lot of women hit.
Oh yeah, man! I grew up with those type of ladies that would
they'll swing,
attack you.
Yeah,
like bro, you got to be running.
Slaps. How many times you see a woman slap a man in a movie? In a movie.
You shouldn't have done that.
What if when she slapped him, she got it straight? You know what I mean? She got that.
Who said who's reacting like what?
Yeah, right.
A reaction is a reaction, man. I didn't expect it. He didn't expect to get slapped. So
he didn't.
Hey, man, hey.
But it's accepted. Isn't that the weird part? Like people see that in the movie and they're like, "Oh, she's just upset." Huh?
Yeah, bro, that's right. And see, that's a part of the society
brainwash
into our brains. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then what do you see? You see the guy that's beating up the lady, and she needs to call the police on him.
Yes.
And blah blah blah.
Yes,
bro.
And like 15 cops show up.
Movies, bro.
Yeah.
But yet, bro, they showing it to us, bro. They showing how we should be thinking about it.
Exactly.
And it's right in front of our face.
Exactly. You want to talk about brainwash? So yeah, if like you said though, it's not right for men to even hit women because we are stronger, but it's not right for women to hit men just because we can take it. Because if a man retaliates, that woman is going to be hurt. So this all goes with the initial question. If circumstances were flipped, would people still find it as funny? I don't think so.
No. So, I mean, probably still his voice. You know, I can't even do it without laughing.
Yeah.
You know, Amber and I, we were lovers, and you know, drinking and smoking daily was a part of the routine. And
you just said something that reminded me of something. Did you realize during the case that she was also drinking and doing drugs with him?
Bro, look at her face. Look at her face. She looks wild, bro.
She looks crazy. Yeah, she has crazy eyes.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, she looked like, bro, and it's so crazy because I did not know that was her in Aquaman at all.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I did not know, bro. And she's an actor.
She's an actor.
She might be in a certain headspace to make herself look a certain way, right?
Exactly.
Bro, she's good at what she's doing.
Exactly.
Bro, because even ladies naturally are good at manipulation.
Yeah,
you know,
presenting themselves in ways. Yeah.
And exactly. Mm-hmm. So imagine being a professional actor. Bro, she got notes. She has mental muscles that
she
can
on
help
a whole level. She on a whole different level, man.
Bro. So I'm saying, bro, look at her face. She look wild, bro.
Yeah, she is wild. She's wild.
She do some wild things.
Yeah,
like
where I was going with that is, how does she have the audacity to abuse this man, right? And then come sit there and talk about how he needs help with alcohol and drugs while she's doing it with him.
Why is she trying to, you know, diverge, man? Why is she trying to like change? She basically bringing up something that's not what the case is about. What are you doing, man?
What are you doing?
Get out of here with all this extra info. This is not what we talking about, man. Just because I eat burgers on Saturdays with you know what I'm saying?
No, like, I don't. You didn't finish your scenario.
and I was gonna say something crazy.
This is a great episode because I didn't even think that deep into it with this question. I just
bro, it's a lot.
I just kept seeing a whole bunch of funny stuff about the Depp case and this and that. This man was abused in their relationship, and it takes a mental toll on you. It really does,
bro. Do you think he spoke differently than how he's talking now? Because it's like he's really thinking about every word he uses.
If I were to be honest, if this is how he talks in normal life, I don't know if I could be friends with him. One conversation could take like 3 hours.
Take a long time.
Hey, man, can we move forward from this conversation?
Exactly, bro. Are you over there eating sandwiches? You done cooked and set your plate, and he's still talking about the same thing. Didn't even finish the thought.
You could take a nap, wake up, and he was like, "Oh, as I was saying," and just keep going.
yo, you dicing all the ingredients for your meal, cook it and plate it. He's still talking on the same thought, bro.
Same sentence, man.
Same sentence. I'm like, bro, this is great. So I wonder if this is how you talk, or is this something that recently started happening, or just maybe just for court purposes, like he started talking like that.
That's a good
just
question,
I guess
man.
To be clear, because you know how they try to twist your words. You said, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So he's probably being extra careful.
That's true. We all might need to start talking like Depp if we ever go to court, man.
I'm talking like Depp when I go to court, dog.
Yeah, man.
Whoa, hey, ain't nothing.
Hey. No, we're not going to court, man.
No.
We're not going to court. Especially for no abuse, man.
Hey, we're not going. No.
Hey, but yeah, this is an interesting thing. Let's turn the table on its head and start seeing it for what it is. I'm not gonna say it because it's gonna sound. I was just gonna say let's start calling women abusers. Let's not do that.
Whoa.
Let's not do
Y'all
that.
get 'em.
No, let's
Y'all
not
don't
do
get
that.
a beehive.
Even though,
Beehive B is there.
even though the numbers completely support what I'm saying. Yeah, even though the numbers completely support what I'm saying, let's not go there with it. To be honest, at the end of the day, it falls on men to get out of those abusive relationships. If someone is abusing you verbally, physically, man, there's nothing intimacy is gonna do to fix that, and it's just gonna get worse and worse.
Nah. You bust a couple, it's not gonna get better.
No, it's not. It'll actually get worse because that person is not getting any better. They're just gonna get worse. So leave the relationship. Same advice to men and women. Leave the relationship if someone is showing signs of abuse and tell them to get some help. You have anything to say?
And then the bus stations are just gonna get more and more less enjoyable.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
But to answer this in full effect, if it was the other way around, Johnny Depp is getting out of here.
Oh, he's finished.
He's done. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Depp, they're gonna get him up out of here if it was flipped, and we know the script. We know this. It is what it's always been on the other side. That's what they're gonna do to us, man. They're gonna get us locked in on the first attempt.
People would hate him.
And the way for him to get out of it is, man, you gotta have the type of evidence that's magical.
Oh yeah.
That magical evidence is like you got witnesses, you know what I mean? To say that you're actually not abusive.
Yeah.
Bro, it gotta be covered at all corners. Because if there's a slip, well, no, there is abuse on this side. It's over.
It's over. They won't even hear her part. She's not abusive anymore because you're abusive. Yep. Let's move on to the second topic, man. I would like for you to present your second topic.
Yeah, man. Oh my, y'all know I do it. Hey, so I was thinking, right? You know, when it comes to having excellent role models in life, to not only visualize and see, you know, what they're doing that's good for their life, so that you can have a model to go off of and do your thing in a good way as they're doing it. Also having those people that you can go to, talk to, and, you know, ask questions, you know, to, you know, for somebody to have that effect to where you can get some knowledge on where you want to be and how to get there, so to speak, in certain aspects. So I want to touch on being the example to people or young people who don't have good examples in their life, right? And how does affecting people, I guess I meant to say, how does that affect people in those positions who, you know, need people as an example, whether they're older than you or younger than you?
So how does it? Can you?
So yeah. Kind of like the first part is, you know, being the example to people or young people who don't have good examples in life. What impact do you think that makes on those people?
It's interesting. It could go one of two ways. Either they begin to mimic the role model, or they completely go their own way. But either way, they have an example. They have someone to look to when they hit that road and they say to themselves, I have to change. The problem with growing up in a toxic home is once you hit that age and you have that shift in paradigm in your mind, you need something to look back to in order to change your ways moving forward. So if you had a good father in the home and you're a rebellious child, you don't listen to anything, you're disobedient. When you grow up and maybe you hit 17 or 18 or 19 and you have that switch in your mind where something happens and you're like, dang, I could be better. If you have a good father in the home, a good mother in the home, now you have those characteristics to look to and start building off of that. But if you come from a toxic home, you have nothing else to look back to. What do you start looking to? Friends, personalities in movies, in the shows that you watch, maybe your co-workers. And that doesn't help you at all. Even if they have the greatest personalities, they've built their character up to level 99, because you haven't lived with them, you haven't experienced them, you haven't been through issues with them as much as you have with your family. So you initially go back to what you know. So how does it affect them? I think it is good for everyone to a certain extent to have a role model, especially the young people, because how else are they going to learn how to fit into to society properly?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So, what was the second part of your question?
It was just basically like, because when I think about this question, right, this kind of how I was thinking about it. It's like you see people, because have you had the opportunity to be an example to someone, whether or not they were younger or older, you know, maybe a good example of something to that, to people, like, have you had that opportunity, at least that you knew of? Because you know, there's some people that watch you that you never knew was watching.
You don't know, right?
Yeah. So I'm just, and if we could talk about those people, because I've had those, you know, experiences too. But have you had the opportunity?
I think I did when I used to live in a different state, and it was weird because I was at that awkward stage in college where it's like I'm the one who was kind of looking up to different people, but now someone else is looking up to me, and I knew it because over and over again my mom would be like, "Oh, you remind him of his older brother. His older brother didn't live in the U.S." So it was like when it clicked in my head that he's kind of looking up to me, it made me, as people would say, straighten up a little bit more. You know what I mean? It made me
Yeah,
like,
man.
you know, maybe you shouldn't be doing certain things around this person, this and that. And it's an interesting thing. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why when someone is watching you, it makes you straighten up. But
yeah, bro, it does.
you know,
It happens.
it's the same thing in Christianity. In the Bible, it talks about, you know, as a Christian, everyone is watching you. Everyone is looking at how you are. So in the same way, act properly, distinguish yourself.
And it kind of reminds me of, you know, when it says to not let a brother stumble, like, you know, when it talks about, let's say the brother doesn't believe in eating meat, right?
Yeah,
and then, but he's the one that's looking up to you, and you're eating meat, it's gonna mess with him. So
Right.
so the word tells us, in that case, don't eat meat around him.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so it won't mess him up. So that's kind of the thing there. It's like when we're around him, of course, we don't want to be living a double life type of
Right.
thing, but we want to show him the you know, the good, and
Yeah.
we want to represent that. And it's not that you're not representing it outside of him, but you just want to make sure you're really straight when the person's around.
You know, living a double life has a really bad connotation to it. But it's relative to this conversation, because if you know someone is looking up to you, you act a certain way.
Right, right.
But then when you go home, you do your own thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that is technically a double life. You're doing one thing here and doing one thing there. But I think where it becomes negative is if you do something so that someone can see you a certain way. I think that's where it becomes a bad thing in the double life definition.
Yeah, because it's like you're faking.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want to be faking out here. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So if someone is, if someone struggled with alcohol and you invite them to your house, of course you wouldn't have alcohol, right? This isn't just a Christian thing. This is everyone does it.
This is a principle that is life applicable.
Exactly. And it's not a Christian thing because it is something that is innate in us. It is natural in us to not want to put someone in danger or in a position for them to do harm to themselves when we know they have a history with that. If you invite someone who has had a past history of shooting people, you don't invite them to your home and lay a gun on the counter, right? You don't do that. You want to protect yourself and you want to protect them. But then someone could say, oh, you're living a double life. You always leave your gun on the counter. Why don't you leave it on the counter when they come there? Well, because I'm trying to protect us. In the same way, when you do something for the benefit of someone, when you're around them, you don't do what you usually do. That's a good thing. That's a good double life you're living. But double insinuates that you're doing one thing here and then doing another thing here. And I mean, yeah, it fits the definition. So caring about people and coming from that place and taking action on what you do, it's a good thing. So when you bring that scenario back to being a role model for someone, it's almost as though it's almost like what parents say: do what I say, not what I do, because they give you advice and they expect you to take their advice, but in the same breath, they're doing exactly what they told you not to do. So it's a difficult thing. It's not an easy concept to grasp. You have to think a lot about people, So being a role model isn't easy. It's not easy at all. It actually causes people to become worse, because it's like, this person is looking up to me so much. Oh, I can't do this anymore. This is too much. And they're like, freak it. Do whatever they want to do.
And that's probably where I think it's like, the faking. Because if you're faking, it's like you might have to keep, you're going to fill up or feel like you're keeping up with the Joneses. But if you're more like in a more natural state, and, a certain aspect of you emphasize more, which is already there, I don't think it would be as difficult to do that versus if you're faking something. Then you always got to become a whole new thing almost. You're not taking a part of you that's already there and emphasizing it to be displayed a little bit more. It's something that you have to put on and then and then take off. So the putting on, taking off is wear and tear on you after a while. But then there's also people that that watch you, and you never know.
You never know.
And they're really inspired by you, or they're really admiring you and looking up to see how you respond. So, which gives them that, I guess that, what's that word? That encouragement to keep on going, because they've seen it done. Or they know that they can do it, or they know, something that they're attracted to, which is good. Somebody else is also doing that as well. So it's like encouragement, inspiration type of thing. And so they're watching you from afar, but you never knew. I had people come up to me that's like, you know what? I remember this kid, Chris. when I used to play high school basketball, I wasn't doing as good that year, that particular year, and kid was playing good, but he said he always looked up to me. I don't know if that was from just saying it because it sounded good or if it was real, but he said it. He said he's always looking up to me, and that I was always nice to him and stuff like that. But I really didn't even notice, because I'm nice to everybody. You know what I mean? I that's how I treat everybody. So I didn't even notice that he felt that. I just thought it was normal. It was so normal to me. It just whatever. And so he's like, yeah, he was always nice to me because I do make sure I touch everybody, especially ones that everybody don't rock with, right?
Right.
That everybody don't think is cool and stuff like that. I try to treat everybody, let them get involved, be involved. So I talk to them as well. So I don't know if that was the case there or what, but he said, yeah, he was always nice to me and that, he always looked up. And that to me was shocking because, as I said, I did not know.
Yeah.
I did not know he was watching, but it just tells me that those who you think aren't watching are probably are watching, and then also anywhere you go, there's people watching.
Yeah.
And they take notes, and so I've had people come up to me over the years, be like, you know what, I was watching you, and blah blah blah. I'm like, what, really? Wow. I'm like, I had no clue. I didn't even know you liked me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and I get some young guys like that, like, yeah, man, it was this, that, and the third that you did, and helped me do, and even on like the YouTube space, I get that on there, and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy, and how it affects them. I think it affects them in a positive way, but when I think about maybe how it could affect somebody negatively, maybe they might get to a place of I think what is possible is try to get to a place of being just like the person, which is unhealthy, and you don't want to try to be like, for instance, let's go to the superstars, right? LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Like, of course, some people model their game, right? Pick pointers and play like certain players that they watch. But if you try to be exactly like that person, all right, that's doing a little too much. You can't be them. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost like impersonating them.
Yeah.
Like really trying to be them. That's unhealthy. That's not what it should be. Rather it should be kind of like a guidance thing. Like, okay, if you want to become a superstar, you got to be putting in the hours. Working when practice is over. Taking notes, studying. Like those are guidelines where you can take and use and develop yourself like the person did, but you can't be the person. And you probably won't be able to put as much work as the person or whatever it is, but there are certain guidelines that are good to follow, but I think it's unhealthy to try to be exactly like the person you're looking up to or watching. So I think that's one way that could be unhealthy. But the interesting ones are definitely when people that you don't know were watching you or are watching you, when they come up and even adults, like, I always watch you play piano and it's always touching, or I always watch you walk every Saturday and it's always encouraging because I want to walk but I don't, and I've been trying to, but when I see you, I'm like, man, I should be out there walking. Something like, it's just something. It don't gotta be like you're some kind of like, you're some kind of mentor to them, but it could be just they're just watching how you do things, and it could be an inspiration, and so they're looking up to you for that encouragement type of thing, and you help them in that way. But it could be unknowingly until they tell you, and I've had those encounters, and it's always interesting and amazing to hear because you just don't expect it.
Yeah, you don't. And that's the question here is, when you watch someone, when someone is your role model, when you look up to someone for something, I think we tend to get lost in attributing that person to a certain value. And then over the course of time, you see that the value of this person just goes down and down. You know how when you look up to someone and then maybe 3-4 years later, you just don't see them the same way anymore?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's always so interesting to me. Like, what happened?
Ooh, and then, because this is what you see in the Christian community, people that bring them into, I guess, the gospel, right? You know, people that
Yeah.
brought them in, they hold so much weight on the person as if they're Christ or whatever, that
Yeah.
when that person makes a mistake, it's like, oh, huh, what is the Bible? You know, like
Yeah.
it just gets so severe, they get so hurt, and it's like almost like they get church hurt, you would say, to where they fall out themselves, where that's unhealthy
Mm-hmm.
to put that much bank into somebody in that regard, but rather you should have used the guidelines.
Yeah.
You know, use the guidelines. Don't make the person themselves your guideline. Rather,
Mm-hmm.
what are the steps they took that helped them? You know, and maybe you can look at those and then implement those. So that's an unhealthy way I see in the church, where people
Yeah.
get brought into the gospel and through a person, and that person becomes like their, you know, I'm in because he's in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Um. So, dang, my question just escaped me.
Shoot.
Oh man. Um. That stinks. Okay, so I think I was gonna say, are there? It's and the thing about it is when you're looking up to someone and you're trying to mimic them, imitate them, or do things the way they do it. There is a huge personality factor to it, and that's something that I started to realize some years ago. Is everyone has their own personality? Is the person you are looking up to kind of like are you do you just like their personality? Do you like how they do things? Do you like how they talk to people? Because you may talk to people, but you may not talk to people the way that they do. So because of how you like their personality, you begin to think that how you do it isn't that great, which it may be the case. But then I think it takes some sitting down and thinking about what could I become better at instead of how can I become like that person. You know what I mean? Why are you laughing?
Sorry, I was thinking about something. I was thinking about it don't even matter.
Yeah, but that was my issue for the longest time because I knew how to talk to people, but I didn't know how to talk to people to like in my mind make them comfortable.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because in
Yeah.
every conversation there's that awkward silence and it has to come. It's going to come at some point. You know what I'm saying? So how do I
Yeah,
close
yeah,
that
yeah.
gap of awkward silence?
Yeah. You know, that's interesting because I used to think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Like not having the awkward silence, and so that made me over talk and not even make any sense because I just you know,
Yeah.
doing a lot of fillers. That used to be heavy on my mind. Like don't have an awkward silence. Don't have an awkward silence because then I don't want the person. But I was putting so much pressure on myself within conversation that I was never comfortable in having a conversation because I always felt I was always anticipating it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
so it's
oh, it's
like
coming up. What am I going to
yeah,
say?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's like, how do I switch subjects without like forcefully like making it obvious? Oh, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. And yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and that's funny because that had happened to me when I was growing up. Like in middle school time, I struggled with how to have conversations without sensing the awkward silences and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
very tough.
For
to
me,
navigate.
instead of actually having the conversations and trying to become better at conversing, I would just avoid it. I would just avoid the conversation. So, hey, how you doing? Good, good. I'm good. See you later. That's
Hey,
yeah. Yeah.
hey, you ever like try to say hi, but then also try to avoid a conversation that the hi don't come out right, like even the greeting don't even come out. Hey, it's like you choke. Hi. I've
Yeah.
I've had those. I had those times where like I reach out and avoid a person. They say hey, it's like, you know, like I just can't talk. Like
Or
hey.
they say hey and you're like, "Oh, hey, I'm good." Huh? No one asked you how you doing.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you answer all the questions. Yeah, I'm doing good. Today's a nice day, and I'm going to lunch right now. Day, hold on. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of my things for me growing up is conversations, man. It was just bad, man. So when you come across someone who has that personality that captivates you, like, dang, they're just really good at talking to people. You start wanting to become like them,
I see that.
you
Yeah,
know?
man.
Yeah. Instead of developing, maybe talking to more people, maybe becoming more
Exactly.
comfortable.
What are the guidelines that they did so that I can follow to sharpen myself?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what, and that's a key that I think a lot of people don't do. They focus on the person more than what the person actually practice, or what they went through to get to that stage. It's more about, oh man, I want to be like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
that's
then,
good.
yeah. And then it comes to a point where there's this term out there called kill your heroes, where it's like the people that you look up to, you have to stop looking up to them because it's not healthy anymore to look up to them. It's almost as though they're an idol to you now. Everything that they do or say, you have to, I really believe that. Wow. Okay. Wow. Your whole identity becomes, this person becomes a part of your identity. And then at that point, you have to kill your heroes. But the more healthy way to go about it is just like what you're saying, the fundamentals. What are the things that they practice doing that makes them better at this thing that I'm looking up to them for? You also have to know why you're looking up to them in the first place to begin this journey. So, yeah, you have to kill your heroes, which basically means you have to look at them as human beings, not this thing that you're looking up to. But all of this is easier said than done, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, if you stink at talking to people in general, especially talking to girls, and you come across a dude who's your age and he's just macking on girls left and right, talking to them, no breaking conversation, making them laugh, all of this stuff, and you're like, I want to be just like you. How do you go about killing your hero? How do you go about making them a human being instead of this Mac Daddy dude? But yeah, it's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Being a role model for other people.
Yeah, and how it affects them, and what they even think about, because a lot of people think that you just got there, and there
Yeah.
wasn't a process, and so that's another reason why I think they focus on a person a lot, because they think it's just because it was you, but they don't know that there was stuff that you had to go through to get there. The guy that's now hollering at the girls smoothly was starting off, you know, on Dookie level.
Yeah.
He was out of here, but it developed, and so that's kind of what they don't think about, is like, that the person also had a process. They just think the person just got there, because it's them,
Yeah.
but
hmm
yeah.
Yeah. It's funny enough. Some of the dudes that I thought knew how to talk to girls so much in high school, someone's wrong with them. Anyway.
Oh yeah, when you break it down now, you're like, hold on,
Yeah.
this guy was a freak.
He was a freak.
Or like, that's not good game. Hey girl,
Yeah.
what's your number? Blah blah blah. That don't work no more.
Even though they got the numbers, even though they dated a whole bunch of them. Yep.
It was still whack. Like his game was really whack. It was just really because everybody was horny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, put a whole bunch of growing teenagers in a building for 8 hours, 10 hours every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna go to the bathroom. Somebody gonna have a
Oh,
bathroom break.
bro, people went to the bathroom too, for sure. In my
Oh yeah.
school, oh man, the
Yeah,
bathroom
somebody
was.
gonna have a bathroom break.
Anyway,
Man,
man, well, what
quick,
was that?
quick, quick little short story. This has nothing to do with. I guess it's a bathroom break. Well, this
Okay.
is disgusting actually. I just
Uh,
let's move forward. Unless you really want me
uh,
to tell it.
Me? Go ahead, man. You
Yeah.
know I'm gonna say tell it. Don't bring it
So
up.
in the
Huh?
mornings, right? When I
Uh-huh.
used to go to this public school, I'm not gonna name the school just because I would always take a number 2 in the morning.
Oh,
You
ew,
know,
come on, man.
and hold on. It's not even about that.
No, it
I'd
is
always
now.
nah. So I would always go to the same bathroom. Cause I'm familiar with it. I know. I mean, it looks good. I got a spot. And this particular morning, a kid was in there. And I'm like, man, are you serious? So I have a backup bathroom that I usually go to, but this time I think I was late. So I said, nah, I gotta use this one. I went to the stall next to it. That thing was messed up, doo-doo everywhere.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? So I had to go to the other bathroom. But I noticed, because you can see the feet at the bottom, right?
Uh huh.
I noticed this kid in the stall is not using the restroom. He's making noises, and I hear something. He was jerking off. And I seen his bustation spilt on the floor. It dripped on the floor. But, oh my, ugh. Left. I never used the bathroom again, bro.
Oh shoot.
I never used bro. He busted one, and it dropped on the floor. Like splattered.
He probably it would usually get on the toilet seat and then you would come and you would sit in his proceedings.
I don't know,
You
but
nasty.
but this dude was
The
doing it in the
story is all
bathroom,
about you, man. This is
and I knew. No, not it. Not.
nah.
And so I'm pretty sure I knew the kid. I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
knew the
man.
kid. So when I seen him, like, man, come on, son. I was like, in my head saying, I'm like, man,
You don't want to
did
bring that up
in my favorite stall. I never used that stall again, bro.
in your favorite stall. It was his favorite stall too.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it
Not that I knew
was.
of.
Huh?
Not that I knew of.
I guess you found out that morning.
This is crazy. So, I don't know why did I bring that up?
Man, because he said it's a crazy. Because we ended up talking about the bathroom
Man, but yes,
and people
so,
doing stuff. Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Really?
really.
Why does he have to make noises though? Like, why didn't he just?
He started flapjacking, bro. He was
Hey
flapping.
man, let's move forward. I don't know what the freak
Flap-
anyone's flapping over there. What is there to
Flapjacking.
flap?
Hey, man, what you mean?
You said it. I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
He was flapjacking. Hey.
That's crazy. Wow.
So I guess the moral of the story is, as you're out there, people are watching, and not just put on your best behavior, but always know that you need to represent yourself well.
Yeah. For sure. Yep. Best way to put it. So we are going to jump into this last segment, and I'm looking forward to hearing this thing, this story that you heard, or this scenario.
Oh, crap.
And what happened?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to hearing it. And this is a what would you do segment. This is our interactive segment, and he's going to present us with a story or something, and we're gonna see what we would do. Thankfully,
Yeah.
thankfully, we can give an explanation on why we're gonna do what we're gonna do. So,
Oh,
Wait.
yeah.
yep.
Wait. Okay, I did. This is lucky. We should have put a.
No,
put
we
a
shouldn't have. Nope.
Choose your fate on this one, but
Nope.
man, we should have did a choose your
Nah,
fate. You
it's too
lucky. Wait, did you change it?
No,
in secret?
man. No. Why would I change it?
He changed it in secret. I know it was choose your fate.
No, this isn't I can't explain, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
So the story is, it's like kind of like a riddle. The story is, there's a robbery in a bank.
Okay.
A one-team robbery.
Okay.
Man in the bank takes off his mask for a split second. Well, not for a split second. Takes off his mask and then puts it back on. But in that happenstance, you are the only one that saw his face. And then shortly after, during the robbery, he kills somebody. Pop! Shoots him. Dead. Grabs the merchandise that he came there for. Leaves the premises and is on his way. Cops come. They ask what happened. You're the only one that saw his face, so you gave the description, whatever. Or, no. You scratch that. You don't say anything yet. After the cops ask. Sometime, a couple days later, or later that evening, you see the same guy that robbed the bank at one of your local hospitals. And you see him bent down looking at his son who's in the hospital. Turns out he robbed the bank to get the money for his son's hospital bills. His son had a severe case of a disease. And he needed the money to take care of his son. But he killed a banker, somebody in the bank. What are you doing? Are you telling and giving this description of the guy that killed the guy at the bank? Or because you saw that he had a son and concluded the money must have been for his son, are you letting him free because of that? Or are you telling on him because he killed somebody? What would you do in that situation?
I don't know who in their right mind would be okay with letting him go. You must have the best explanation in the whole cosmic universe as to why you can let him go. First, he committed a crime. Secondly, he committed another crime. Lastly, he killed a person while committing the second crime. How can you let this person go? That's 3 different charges on this guy. And the court is going to find way more charges against this guy. He's a menace to society. Yeah, I'm definitely telling on him. His son is going to have to grow up without a father. What? Come on. This is an easy one. Come on. You have to make it harder than this.
Well,
come on,
you
man.
know, to me, I guess it's oh.
You come on, man.
Do you want another one?
This is because you could have said like, oh, it turns out he's your real father or something like that. Like, come on, man.
You know what's funny about this one is that ladies, when they hear this, oh, but he did it for his son.
Oh, please.
Yeah, right. They all be like, I probably won't say that because he did it for his son. His son is sick, and how can you let the kid die?
Die? He's not gonna die. They gave him the money, didn't he? He gave the doctors the money to take care of his son.
We don't know in the situation if he did it yet, or but.
I mean, hey, if the son is gonna die, you can start a GoFundMe. You can appeal to, people to raise the money. There's a whole lot of ways to go about doing this legally. And if he were to pass away from me trying to help him legally, I would rather that than doing it illegally, because then he's gonna grow up.
Now you're gonna be locked in and not have an enjoyable life because
exactly.
One, it's gonna be all around loss.
Yeah. I would much rather the son also grow up with the mind of, I'm not here because someone got killed and money got stolen. That would weigh heavy on me if I were the son. But yeah, for the kid, I mean, if someone wants to argue, Why would you take the father away from the kid? Why would you take a husband away from a wife, or a wife from a husband, the person that he killed? Or why would you take a son from a mother?
Yeah,
just to
man.
save yours?
That's crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. If it didn't have to be taken, then why take it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to kill anybody.
Yep.
But in this situation, I would give the description as well, because he did kill somebody. We don't, that's not right.
So what if he ended up not killing someone? Would you still give him up?
If you ended up like not killing somebody?
Actually, as a matter of fact, not only did he not kill someone, but he moved someone out of the way of a car coming, or else that person would have died when he was escaping.
Firstly, we ain't gonna let D try to manipulate this WWYD. He's good with doing these things. We're gonna keep it at this level just for this time, when D has his opportunities to mess.
This was a weak one.
Minds.
This was too weak.
Yeah.
I need to grow stronger.
But I mean, this was. I mean, this is more like one of those ones where people always try to do. It's one of those morality questions. And side note, my lady loved asking me these questions. She loved asking me these questions.
That's good.
Thoughts, and it's always like, it's crazy because from what I've heard, like, us guys, we always answer the same way, and then when I hear that her sisters or whoever she asked answer this way, it's because they're a lady. And I'm like, that's, yeah, we look at the facts. We ain't looking at, oh my gosh, I feel like,
you're right.
No, man.
Yeah.
So it's always one-sided. It seemed like with the morality questions, like, one is always, how do you feel versus what do the facts presents? And then I feel like the guys always go to the facts. Ladies always go to the feels. Oh, but the son, he was.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How did your lady answer this?
She went with the son.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, man. A lot of ladies will go with the son. Not every lady, but a lot of them will go with the son.
Wow.
He did it for a good cause. He.
Dang.
Yeah,
wow.
Man.
Wow, that's intense. Wow. Okay.
So that was WWYD right there.
Yeah. What would you do? With that being said, man, thank you guys for joining us on podcast number 12. This was a good podcast. I really enjoyed the first topic that we talked about. We went a whole different direction that I wasn't expecting it. Leave your comments below. Send us email, DM us on Instagram, on Facebook. Send us your questions, your topics that you would like us to talk about. If you have I'm gonna say this, if you have a situation that's going on in your life and you want us to, talk about it, comment on it, we're not professionals. Always remember, we're just two guys having a conversation, and you guys are just in on it, so you need to back up. All right,
and
we're not.
All links are down below.
Yep, all the links to our social media platforms, our audio exclusive platforms are down below. So find those and DM us, send us questions, put your thoughts below in the comments, and we will get back to you. Without further ado, if you have anything else to say, Mr. E.
That's it, man. It's your man, EddyEd.
Hey, it's Dialogue, your host.
And we're only holy.
Because
yo. He anytime he can put in the host, he put in the host in there, bro. It's all right, and we're only holy
because he is, folks. And remember, faith don't come expensive.
It's free.
Peace.